If you have a crescent moon and the letter M on your palm, this is not a coincidence. This is a divine signal. Your destiny has already been written in the lines of your hand. And today, we're unlocking what the universe has been trying to tell you all along. Across ancient cultures, from Indian palmistry to Egyptian mysticism, sacred symbols carved into the flesh of your palm were considered messages from the universe, direct codes from the divine. If you carry both the crescent moon and the letter M etched into your hand, you're not just unique, you are chosen. These markings are far more than aesthetic. They are spiritual signatures of those destined for higher purpose, deeper intuition, and life-altering impact. Whether you've noticed them for years or just discovered them today, this is your awakening. The moment your destiny starts moving toward you, here's what you must understand and what you must do. You've stared at your palm and wondered, what does this mean? That tiny crescent moon beneath your fingers, the bold letter M stretching across your lines. It almost felt too strange to ignore. And yet, when you tried to share it, people dismissed it, shrugged it off, or laughed. But deep down, something in you knew. You're not imagining this. You're not overthinking. You're not crazy. You're chosen. These markings are not random. The crescent moon has long been a symbol of divine feminine energy, sacred intuition, and spiritual sensitivity. It doesn't show up on every hand. It's a rare sign, one that marks those who can feel things others miss. You sense energies in a room. You dream of things before they happen. You've always felt slightly different, more aware, more open, more connected to something invisible. And the M? That letter stands for messenger. It appears in the palms of people here to shift energy, break generational cycles, and uplift humanity. People with an M on their hand often have incredible inner strength, discernment, and spiritual purpose, even if they don't know it yet. This isn't fantasy, it's frequency. You're operating on a spiritual wavelength that most ignore. That's why you felt out of place. That's why ordinary things don't satisfy you. The world hasn't been rejecting you, it's been trying to wake you up. Your gifts aren't accidents, they're assignments. You're not here to fit in, you're here to light up. You were marked with purpose. And once you accept that, everything begins to change. There's a quiet voice inside you, a whisper that speaks without words, a nudge that tugs at your spirit when something feels right or wrong. It's not fear, it's not doubt, it's intuition. And if you carry the crescent moon on your palm, that voice is louder for you than most. That's not random. That's not just being sensitive. That is your spiritual GPS that is divinely installed and designed to guide you through the fog of life. The moon in palmistry is not just a symbol, it's a portal, a sign of someone deeply connected to the subconscious, to dreams, to invisible realms where truth lives before it ever appears in the physical world. You might feel things shift before anything is said. You might sense someone's true intentions without them ever speaking a word. You might feel a sudden pull to walk away, turn a corner, or make a choice you can't logically explain. That is not a coincidence. That is alignment. That is your soul remembering something your mind doesn't yet understand. But here's the truth. Society has trained us to doubt that voice. Be practical, they say. Don't be so emotional. Yet how many times have you ignored your gut, only to regret it later? The crescent moon is your reminder that your instincts are not only valid, they are sacred. When you begin trusting your intuition as your compass, not just a hunch, you unlock a life of clarity, peace, and purpose. You stop chasing answers outside of you and start following the divine map already written within you. Your intuition isn't a flaw, it's a gift. A direct connection to the truth behind the veil. And now, it's time to start listening. Look at your palm closely. Do you see it? That mysterious, unmistakable M formed by the heart line, headline, and lifeline. That letter is not just a shape, it's a signal. A spiritual stamp. A divine code etched into your hand to remind you, you have a mission. The M doesn't show up on every hand. When it does, it often belongs to someone who is not here to live an ordinary life. These are the people who question everything, who feel a burning desire to understand truth, purpose, and their place in the world. They may have been misunderstood as children, called too intense, too curious, too rebellious, but what the world labeled as defiance was actually destiny trying to wake them up. People with an M on their palm are here to lead. Not necessarily from a stage or podium, but from integrity, insight, and inner fire. These are the ones who walk through storms so they can guide others to calm. The ones who lose themselves only to find a deeper truth. The ones who carry light into places where others are afraid to go. You're not here to follow trends, chase approval, or fit into boxes. You're here to break patterns, challenge illusions, and lift others out of sleep. Your life is not random, it's a roadmap. Your pain has shaped your power. Your questions have carved out wisdom. The M is your reminder. You are not meant to shrink. You are meant to awaken the sleeping, heal the hurting, and rise so others can rise with you. This is your mission. Step into it fully. Your energy is not passive. It's powerful, magnetic, and undeniable. And if you carry the crescent moon and the M on your palm, that power is amplified in ways most people can't comprehend, which is why you've likely felt the extremes in your life more than others. People are either drawn to you like a lifeline, or they distance themselves without explanation. And it's not because there's something wrong with you. It's because your energy speaks before you do. You see, when your vibration is high, when you're tuned into intuition, truth, and purpose, you no longer blend into the background. You radiate, and that radiation doesn't allow for neutrality. It either awakens people or it unsettles them. You've probably walked into a room and felt tension shift, noticed how strangers open up to you instantly, or felt sudden distance from those you once loved. And it's all energetic. Your frequency is intense because it's sacred. And sacred energy doesn't stay unnoticed. It exposes masks, stirs emotion, and activates what's been dormant in others. And that's a gift, but also a responsibility. You're not meant to shrink to make others comfortable or silence your light so others won't feel the contrast. You're meant to understand that your energy is a mirror. It reflects truth, intention, and alignment back to whoever stands before you. The crescent moon marks your connection to divine flow, and the M marks your mission to lead with authenticity. And when those two forces combine, your aura becomes a lighthouse. But lighthouses don't beg ships to stay, they simply shine, whether the waves bring company or solitude. So trust the pull and the push, the attraction and the repulsion. It's not personal, it's energetic, and it's all proof that your presence is powerful, your path is protected, and your energy is doing exactly what it was designed to do. If you bear the crescent moon and the sacred M on your palm, there is a very real chance that your hands are not just instruments of motion, they are instruments of healing. And whether you've realized it or not, you've been affecting people's energy, calming storms and soothing wounds simply by your presence, your words, your touch. This isn't imagination, it's inheritance. A spiritual gift embedded deep in your soul and etched visibly on your skin. People come to you not just for advice but for refuge. They feel better after speaking with you, lighter, seen, understood, even if they don't know why. Your aura is medicine. Your compassion carries a frequency that restores what's been broken in others, often without effort, but with great healing power comes a sacred responsibility. To guard your energy fiercely, to choose your battles wisely, and to stop believing that just because you can help everyone, you should. Many with healing gifts burn out not because they lack strength, but because they lack boundaries. Your hands were not made to carry the weight of everyone else's suffering. They were made to transmit light, to awaken what's sleeping in the hearts of others, to lift, not to rescue. This power can manifest in many ways, through touch, through writing, through art, through presence. And it's time to stop doubting it and start developing it. You are a light bearer, an energetic amplifier, a vessel for something greater, and suppressing that truth will only lead to confusion and exhaustion. But when you embrace it fully, when you accept that healing is not just something you do, but something you are, you step into alignment. And from that place, miracles happen. The world doesn't just need your hands. It needs the intention behind them. Use them wisely and they will heal far more than you ever imagined. If you carry the crescent moon on your palm, there's a part of you that craves silence. Not because you're weak or afraid of the world, but because your soul speaks in whispers, not shouts. And silence is the sacred space where your power returns to you. In a society obsessed with noise, speed, and constant visibility, your quiet nature may have been misunderstood, even judged. But what others call withdrawal is actually alignment. You're not hiding, you're healing. The chaos of the external world can feel suffocating to someone so deeply attuned to energy, emotion, and spiritual truth. And that's why you often find yourself needing to step back, shut out the noise, and return to stillness. It's not escapism, it's energetic maintenance. The crescent moon marks those who feel more than most, who carry the emotions of others like echoes in their body. And that sensitivity, when unmanaged, can become overwhelming. But in silence, you hear your soul again. In solitude, you recalibrate. Your insights, your intuitive hits, your inner clarity, they don't come when you're chasing or proving or performing. They come in the quiet moments, the long pauses, the space between action. The world may label your silence as passivity, but it's actually precision. You don't speak to be heard, you speak to shift. You don't move for attention, you move in truth. And when you honor that rhythm, you operate in your highest frequency. So the next time you feel the pull to retreat, to unplug, to be still, don't resist it. That is your alignment calling you home. Silence is not a void, it's a vortex, where your spirit recharges, your power gathers, and your destiny whispers its next instruction. Let the world be loud. You were made for the stillness that changes everything. You didn't come here by accident. You came with intention, and if the crescent moon and the M are etched into your palm, They are sacred reminders of spiritual contracts your soul agreed to long before you ever took your first breath. You may not remember signing them, but you feel them every time your heart pulls you towards something greater, every time you sense that your life has a meaning that can't be explained by logic or circumstance. These markings are not decorations. They are declarations from a higher realm. Cosmic signatures that confirm you were sent here with a purpose that goes beyond survival or success. Your soul chose this exact body, this timeline, these experiences, not to punish you, but to prepare you. The pain you've endured wasn't random. It was part of the awakening. The people who broke you open weren't mistakes. They were mirrors. And the reason you've never fully fit in, never fully settled, is because your contract was never about comfort. It was about contribution. You're here to shift frequencies, to anchor light, to live in such a way that others remember who they truly are. And deep inside, you already know this. That yearning you feel, that restlessness, that sense that you're meant for more, it's the echo of the promise your soul made to the universe. Send me, I'll go. And now the signs on your palm are activating that memory. Every step forward in your truth fulfills the agreement. Every moment spent in fear delays it. Fulfillment doesn't come from chasing what the world values. It comes from remembering why you came. You are not lost. You are being recalled to your mission. The markings on your hand are not predictions of fate. They are reminders of who you already are and what you're here to complete. Once you begin aligning with your soul's true path, you'll notice something incredible. Synchronicities start accelerating, like breadcrumbs from the universe guiding you home. And if you bear the crescent moon and the letter M on your palm, this acceleration can be astonishing, even overwhelming, because these marks belong to those with heightened spiritual sensitivity, people who are naturally attuned to messages others miss. You'll start seeing repeating numbers: 111, 333, 777 on clocks, receipts, license plates. You'll hear a name in your head and then someone speaks it aloud. You'll think of a person and they call you moments later. These aren't coincidences. They're confirmations. They are the language of the divine, the universe's way of saying, yes, you're on the right path. Keep going. The more you listen, the louder these signs become, not because the world is changing, but because you are. Your frequency is rising. Your awareness is expanding. Your energy is becoming a match for the truth you were always meant to live. And the more you trust, the more the invisible becomes undeniable. Dreams become messages. Random encounters become divine appointments. Songs carry answers. And even your setbacks start making sense, revealing hidden blessings behind every delay. But here's the secret. You must stop dismissing them. Stop calling them weird or random. Start seeing them for what they are: cosmic alignments, invitations to deeper faith and sharper intuition. When you treat synchronicities as sacred, you begin to live in flow with a universe that never stopped speaking to you. It was just waiting for you to listen. This is the rhythm of the awakened life. The signs were always there. Now you're finally tuned in. And from here, everything begins to move not by force but by frequency. One of the most painful and powerful truths of the spiritual path is that not everyone can go with you. And if the crescent moon and the letter M appear on your palm, you've likely already felt this in your life, through sudden distance, quiet goodbyes, or relationships that couldn't survive your evolution. But hear this clearly: with divine markings comes divine separation, and it's not a punishment, it's protection. And this marking tradition runs deep. Say this differently: Kaya de Kong Atong Telimukong De Tei isnak, ses, se, mun, de, te, isnak, muse, mukong, isnak, muse, mukong, isnak, muse. You are being called higher. And as your frequency rises, anything or anyone that cannot meet you in that next dimension of truth, love, or alignment will begin to fade. Not because you are better, but because your energy is no longer compatible with smallness, drama, deception, or delay. These markings are spiritual signatures that declare your soul has work to do in this lifetime, and that sacred work requires clarity, space, and energetic sovereignty. It's natural to grieve the people you thought would walk with you forever, but understand, some souls were only meant to accompany you for a chapter, to teach you, challenge you, or awaken something dormant within you. And when their role is complete, the universe removes them, not to harm you, but to make room for what's next. The deeper you step into your purpose, the more selective the journey becomes, not out of ego, but out of energetic necessity. You're not abandoning anyone, you're simply refusing to abandon yourself. So don't fear the distance. Don't chase what's falling away. Trust that every ending is an answered prayer, every closed door a sacred detour, every separation a higher form of alignment. The path of the marked is not always crowded, but it is always guided. And those who are truly meant for you will rise with you, not resist your rise. Let go and let purpose lead. If the crescent moon and the M have appeared on your palm, consider this a divine invitation to activate the incredible gifts you were born with. Gifts that have been quietly waiting for your conscious attention, yearning for your commitment to step fully into your truth and power. The time to hesitate is over. Start with meditation, a practice that quiets the noise and opens the gateway to your higher self, allowing you to hear the subtle whispers of your intuition and align with your soul's frequency. Pair this with journaling, not just as a daily habit, but as a sacred dialogue with yourself. Write down your dreams, your insights, your fears, and your desires, and watch how your inner voice begins to clarify and guide you more confidently than ever before. Surround yourself intentionally with light workers, those souls who uplift, inspire, and resonate with your journey, because energy is contagious, and the company you keep can either accelerate or drain your spiritual evolution. Say yes to spiritual study, whether through books, courses, mentors, or experiences that deepen your understanding of the unseen realms. And say no, firmly and without guilt, to anything or anyone that siphons your energy, clouds your vision, or diminishes your light. This is your moment to shed old patterns of doubt, fear, and confusion, and to claim your divine inheritance with courage and grace. Your gifts are not abstract concepts. They are living forces that will transform not only your life, but the lives of everyone you touch. You were born for this awakening. You were marked for this mission. So take a deep breath, trust your inner compass, and do this now. Step boldly into who you truly are, because the world needs your light, your voice, and your power more than ever before. If you see the crescent moon and the letter M on your palm, know this: you carry a sacred calling written in your very flesh, a divine blueprint for awakening, healing, and transformation. You are not here by accident or chance. You are chosen to walk a path few understand but many need. The signs you bear are invitations to remember your true power, to trust your intuition, and to lead with courage and compassion. Your journey may not always be easy, but it is sacred. And every step you take toward your truth, ripples out to heal the world. Let us pray. Divine light that guides the cosmos, thank you for awakening the souls marked with the crescent moon and the M. Illuminate their path with clarity and courage. Strengthen their intuition and deepen their connection to your wisdom. May they embrace their mission with unwavering faith and compassionate hearts. Protect their energy, surround them with loving support, and remind them in moments of doubt that they are never alone. Let their gifts be a beacon of hope, healing and awakening in a world hungry for truth. May they rise fully into the light of their destiny, shining brightly for all to see. Amen. Step forward now with confidence. The universe is with you, and your time to shine has come.